In the swirling vortex of the galactic gourmet gathering, I, Zeeble Tronk, a Florgan of high repute and even higher flair, found myself meandering among the stars and stripes of a million interstellar delicacies. My companion, the irrepressibly adventurous Captain Pippa Starbuckle, marched beside me with the vigor of a supernova about to burst, as I've come to learn, have this unnerving penchant for turning the act of consumption into a thrill sport. And Captain Starbuckle, with her fiery hair tied back into a comet's tail, was no exception. She was one of those humans who relished the culinary chaos that the galaxy had to offer, from the acid cheese of Quasar Q9 to the molten lava cakes of Charbroil 4. The Galactic Gourmet Gathering was an annual feast of cosmic proportions. It was a place where beings of all shapes and sizes, from the slimy slugoids of Slimion Seveven to the crystalline glitterati of Diamondus Prime, came together to celebrate the universe's most bizarre and dangerous foods. Amidst a crowd of tentacled gourmands and armored taste testers, Captain Starbuckle and I discussed the strange Earth tradition of spicy food challenges. Her eyes sparkled with the thrill of potential danger as she recounted tales of humans willingly scorching their taste buds for entertainment. Such strange, endearing creatures. As fate would have it, it was during this exchange that we stumbled upon the star blush berries. They gleamed like little pink stars, nestled within a thicket of danger signs and warning holograms. "Zeeble, what are those?" Pippa asked, her gaze fixed on the forbidden fruit. I chuckled, a sound that to human ears would resemble a series of musical beeps. "Those, dear Pippa, are the star blush berries. A single berry holds enough toxin to paralyze a Fendorian mammoth. They're the ultimate testament to the phrase, 'looks can be deceiving.'" Her eyes widened with that distinct human spark of reckless curiosity. "Can they kill a human?" she inquired, a mischievous lilt in her voice that suggested she might already know the answer. "In theory," I said with a flourish of my antennae, "but no human has ever been foolish enough to try." That was all the invitation Captain Starbuckle needed. Before I could articulate my concerns, she reached out with her slender, five-fingered hand and plucked the ripest berry from the bush. "Here's to pushing the boundaries of the unknown," she toasted, and popped the berry into her mouth. A collective gasp echoed through the gathering as various species stared in abject horror. I braced myself for the inevitable medical emergency, but instead of collapsing to the ground, Pippa began to dance a little jig, her feet tapping to an unheard rhythm. "Oh, Zeeble, this is divine!" she exclaimed, her voice a symphony of delight. "It's like a burst of starlight on my tongue. It tingles, it sings, it's... Words failed her, but her expression spoke volumes. She reached for another berry, then another. The crowd watched, transfixed, as Captain Pippa Starbuckle devoured the entire bush, her enthusiasm growing with each bite. I expected her to drop at any moment, victim to the potent neurotoxin, but she simply laughed and asked for seconds. News of Pippa's gastronomic feat spread faster than light-speed gossip. Within days, star blush berries were the talk of the galaxy, and, as is the way with humans, what started with one reckless captain soon became a universal sensation. Interstellar merchants began to harvest the berries, scientists scrambled to study the human anomaly, and culinary enthusiasts eagerly sought the thrill of the next big taste. The humans, with their bizarre biology, had turned a deadly alien toxin into a culinary delicacy. Captain Starbuckle became something of a legend, her image plastered across foodie holozines and adventure blogs. The woman who ate death and asked for seconds, they called her. And I, her humble companion, was swept up in the whirlwind of her fame. Now, every human supermarket across the galaxy boasts a supply of star blush berries, each batch accompanied by a hologram of Captain Starbuckle winking cheekily. The humans eat them with everything: sprinkled over salads, crushed into cocktails, even atop their infamous pizzas. And as for the Galactic Gourmet Gathering, it's become a pilgrimage site for the bravest human foodies, each eager to prove their mettle against the universe's most dangerous edibles. I've taken to chronicling these culinary escapades, narrating the absurd lengths to which humans will go for a taste of the exotic. My broadcasts have become a sensation on the human internet, a mix of bemusement and admiration for their culinary daredevilry. My signature sign-off? This is Tronk, bringing you the flavors that are out of this world, literally. The star blush berries were just the beginning. Since then, I've witnessed humans slurping down Slytherin eel soups that could power small spacecraft, munching on metamorph nuts that change flavor based on one's mood, and even savoring the effervescent bubbles of the blip-blop fish, which cause temporary levitation. Some say that humans have stomachs lined with starship plating. Others whisper that their taste buds are evolutionary miracles. But I say it's their indomitable spirit, that insatiable human zest for life, that enables them to embrace the vast culinary cosmos in ways no other species can. Captain Pippa Starbuckle, meanwhile, has launched her own line of intergalactic hot sauces, each more infernally spiced than the last. She tours the galaxy, her name synonymous with gastronomic bravery, her legacy sealed as the human who danced with death over a berry and lived to tell the tale. In retrospect, what seemed like a reckless snack was, in fact, a historical nibble. The humans had once again turned the impossible into the improbable, and then into the everyday. It was a reminder that in the grand cosmic kitchen, we are but humble diners, and the humans, they are the chefs who dare to taste the stars. And so my records continue, each entry a testament to the human spirit. The universe, it seems, is their buffet, and they are insatiable. The star blush berries, once feared, now rest in every human pantry. A souvenir of the day a human ate a deadly alien berry and asked, with a smile, what else is on the menu? As for me, I've grown fond of the humans and their culinary madness. After all, without them, the galaxy would be a much less delicious place. And Captain Pippa Starbuckle? She's planning her next venture, a dive into the acidic lakes of Vex and Fifth for a taste of the elusive glowing guppy. And of course, she's asked me to come along. What's the worst that could happen? She says with a wink that could outshine a supernova. I can only beep in response, which, if one were to translate, would mean, with you, Captain, anything and everything, and it will be spectacular. The universe, vast and ever-expanding, is full of wonders yet to be tasted. But one thing is certain. Wherever there are new flavors to be discovered, humans will be there, forks at the ready with a hearty appetite for the extraordinary. And I, Tronk, will be right beside them, recording every delicious, daring, and sometimes downright daft moment for posterity. Because in the end, isn't that what life is all about? A grand, glorious feast, and we, the diners, are lucky to have a seat at the table where every dish is an adventure, every bite a story, and every taste a memory etched across the stars.